Thanks so much for joining us today. The NINC conference team is excited that you're going to be speaking at the beach this September. We are so glad that Kristan Higgins is joining us. This is something that the conference team has been hoping and wishing and praying for a long time. So there was much rejoicing in NINC land when you said yes. So we are ready to share that excitement with everyone else. So thanks for being here today to help us do that. You really need no introduction, but we are going to ask you to tell us a little bit about yourself and what will be exciting for our conference attendees to hear about you.
Well, I'm a fun date for one. So I'm very extroverted and I love meeting people. I'm sure I'll have some friends there and I tend to like grab onto the person next to me and say like, hi, I want to be friends. And I also really believe in the writing community and sharing everything that you know and helping other people with your information, getting information from them. So I think it's a great opportunity to make new connections, learn something, and just kind of get a shot in the arm regarding your writing.
Definitely. So you are gifting us with 2 workshops, and the first one is building long-term reader loyalty. Can you give us a little sneak preview about what we will hear there?
Sure. I'm doing this with the amazing Mel Jolly,
It's me.
who's yay Mel, who's worked with me for a lot of years now and keeps me on track and everything. But this is a workshop about how to kind of develop your own relationships with your readers so that they're going to buy whatever you write next. And it covers myriad areas of how we interact as authors, whether it's social media or in person or responding to fan letters or nice reviews. So it's about building that reader base. And I personally attribute a lot of my success to my readers feeling like they know me and that I'm one of their friends. And I have made a lot of friends through my readers, but I think that it can be very overwhelming when you're a new author or standing out in the crowd and just trying to figure out something that works. And I really believe that authentic connection works and lasts. And then Mel will talk about kind of the logistics behind that and how that works. So.
Yeah, I think this will be a great workshop for anybody who either already works with an assistant or would like to come to, because marketing is such a broad topic and there's so many pieces that you really can delegate. And Kristan, like Kristan said, we've been working together for a really long time.
When my hair was brown, we were working together.
Brown. Your kids are still at home. Like, I'm going to say 7 to 10 years, and that's probably a decent guess.
Yep.
But I recently cleaned out some files on my computer and discovered that all the way back in 2011, when I was teaching people how to use social media to promote their books, I was using Kristan as an example. And this was way before we met and before we started working together, because I always just found Kristan's marketing to be so consistent. I read her books, and the voice she uses in her books is the voice that you hear on social media, is the voice that's in the blog. And I think that overall consistency is just a huge part of organic marketing, and how Kristan has built this long-term reader loyalty. When was your first book published, Kristan?
Ooh, I think it was 2006.
Okay.
But it might be 2008. It was an even number with 2 zeros in it. But yeah, I've written 24 books. My 24th comes out soon. And I think one of the things about this workshop is it's not going to be how Kristan markets, or how Mel would advise me to market. It's about how you authentically can be yourself, doing the things you're comfortable doing, and spending time that will have some payoff in terms of getting that reader group that's passionate about your books.
Yes. And you have, so quick math, 16 to 18 years ish published. And during that time, you've changed the types of books that you're reading. You carry some elements, but you went
Mhm.
from um, more rom-com into more women's fiction, and a lot of your audience followed you. So I think that there's a lot to be said there for how to build reader loyalty that will then transcend just one specific genre or one specific type of book.
Right, right.
It's
Definitely.
gonna
And
be great.
I think a lot of people are going to be really looking forward to hearing about that, because we all want to be able to bring that reader group with us. So that's going to be fun. And the second workshop is making the most of secondary characters, which honestly is the one I'm the most looking forward to. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I think that that's a great weapon in the writer's arsenal is, whether you're writing a series, whether you don't expect to write a story about this person, but maybe find yourself leaning into them. I think that one of my greatest joys as a writer is making those secondary characters matter to the story, that they're not just, and my four brothers, or and my mother who's mean, but really giving them depth and substance and a motivation of their own, so that they have their own story going on during the novel. They're not just props for the main character. And sometimes they echo what the character is going through. Sometimes they're opposed to what the person's going through. Sometimes they help, sometimes they hinder. So and I have written a series and quite a few connected books, and I love to bring in characters that maybe you didn't notice early on in the series, or maybe you just have one impression. You have the heroine of the first book doesn't like this character. Maybe she's the heroine of the fourth book, and you get a whole different viewpoint on her. So I'm really looking forward to that, because character development is my favorite.
I agree. And I love in your books to find little Easter eggs like that. Like, oh, that person really seems familiar, I think, and going back. So yeah, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think readers love that overall. They love to make that discovery, or to have the connections there. So that's going to be another winner. I know we can't wait to hear you speak. This is, as we said, your first NINC visit, and we'd like to know, because Mel, so I'm sure she might have mentioned the conference once, twice, 100 times. What are you most looking forward to experiencing firsthand this September?
Well, I love being in the community of writers, and from what I understand, NINC has a lot of indie writers. So I'm excited to hear about their experiences and that side of publishing, which I only know about secondhand. But I just always find that when you're with fellow writers, you're invigorated, and you think like, this is why I'm a writer, because we all have such great imaginations and we have things to offer each other, and I'm just really excited to like be in a mob of people again like that. And I've been a bit of a hermit for the past few years. But yeah, so I'm going to hit the ground running in Florida. Watch out, I'll be your best friend in 20 minutes or less.
There's going to be a lot of people rubbing their hands saying, okay, here we go. So that's great. We're glad. We hope that you'll, make a visit to the Tiki Bar, which is the
For sure.
place to hang out. So
I really want a drink with an umbrella in it. I don't care what the drink is, but I want that umbrella.
do you like milkshakes?
Yeah.
Okay, there's one called the Almond Joyous, and actually the trade winds should be paying me, because a lot of these calls I've been saying, you might want to try the Almond Joyous. It's like a milkshake that has booze in it,
Oh,
and a little umbrella,
there
and
you go.
it's perfect. Yeah, it
I
is.
can't wait. It really sounds great.
Good, we're glad.
Well, if people want to, I could answer this question, but I'm not going. If people want to learn more about you before the conference, where can they find you, find out more information, follow you, whatnot?
Sure, KristanHiggins.com. And I have all my social media links there. I have I think, a very entertaining blog if you want to spend a few hours wasting time, or rather seeing how I authentically connect with my readers.
Yes.
And and I'm active on social media. I have a special group for my readers, especially. And yeah, can't wait to see you.
It's going to be awesome. We're super pumped. Like Tadra said, there was much rejoicing in NINC when you, yes. Okay. So I am Mel Jolly. This is Tadra Candle. We are the co-directors of the Novelist Inc. Conference, which takes place September 18th through 22nd, 2024 in St. Pete Beach, Florida. If you have not yet signed up, you can go to ninc.com. That's NINC.com. And we hope that you will decide to join us. And Kristan, we can't wait to see you at the beach. This is going to be amazing.
Great. It's going to be
Epic.
great.
Epic.